Hi, in this video lesson I'd just quickly like to talk through the parts for the intro, the verse, the chorus and the bridge for the great tune I Can't Stand Up for Falling Down. This is the Elvis Costello version with the very great, very underrated Bruce Thomas playing the bass line. Okay, the intro is a 4-bar section. Play it through with the metronome set slowly, then we'll talk through the notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's a fairly straightforward 2-bar pattern that's repeated a couple of times. The tune's in C. So that's the first bar. The notes we've got are C, G and A. C's played at the 3rd fret of the A string. G played at the 3rd fret of the E string. A, you can either play the open A string or the 5th fret of the E string. So you've got C, C, G, A, C, C, that's sustained, then G, G, A, C, C, G. And that's kind of the rhythm. If you listen to the original, you'll pick the rhythm up as well. Okay, I'm going to split the verse section into 2 8-bar patterns. Here's the first 8-bar pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the metro off. Okay, so the first 2 bars, very similar to what we've already played. In fact, identical to what we've already played. Then the next 2 bars, the chord switches to an A minor chord. That's the pattern. The notes are A, which is 5th fret of the E string, then open E, F sharp at the 2nd fret of the E string, back to A, then open E, twice, G, A, G. So the whole pattern is okay, and then there's a nice shift up to an F chord. So those notes are F, which we're playing at the 3rd fret of the D string, F again, C, 3rd fret of the A string, D, 5th fret of the A string, back to F, which is sustained, back down to C, twice, D, 2 on the F, and back to C. And that C is then used as a lower dominant approach note to the next chord, which is G. So those notes are G, 5th fret of the D string, G again, open D string, E at the 2nd fret, 2 notes on the G note again, 2nd one sustained, and back to the open D, and then E, 2 on the G, and back to the E. So that whole 8-bar pattern. Okay, so that's the first part of the first 8 bars of the verse. The next 8 bars, which is kind of like a pre-chorus, goes like this: 3, 4. Okay. Obviously the rhythm, much more 8th note orientated rhythm. First bar is mainly C, and except the last 2 notes are D, 5th fret of the A string, D sharp, 6th fret of the A string, slide up to E, 7th fret, play that, then down to the octave of the E. So those first 2 notes are quarter notes, and then you've got 4 8th notes. So then you've got bar of A, and they're all A apart from the very last 8th note. A, I'm playing again 5th fret of the E string, or you could play the open A string, and then that passing note down to the F chord, which should be the next bar, is a G, the 3rd fret of the E string. The last bar of the first 4 bars, so you've got F, 1st fret of the E string, open A sharp, 1st fret of the A string, B, 2nd fret of the A string. Now note that my hand is fretting that note, the A sharp, with the first finger. The first finger sliding up to fret the B note, and sliding up for the next note of the bar, which is C, so that we've got the reach there to do the patterns that are needed. Now the second 4 bars of the pre-chorus are identical, except instead of the second bar where it goes the first time through, the second time through it plays exactly the same notes, but instead of those notes being quarter notes, they're now 8th notes. So the first bar is identical, it's C, and then the lead up to the E, and then you've got, and then the A bars and the F bars are the same, and then you're at the chorus. So play through that slowly, get the notes down. Probably sounds harder than it actually is. Once you've played through it really slowly a few times, you'll start to get the hang of that. That takes us then to the chorus.